Man has this great desire to know the future. I'm not sure if that's such a great idea because, after all, sometimes man is known for rewriting the past, the things that we already know, and we don't always do a real great job with the present. So I'm not really sure how well we would handle the future. Solomon writes about that, at least something along those lines, in the last 3 verses of Ecclesiastes chapter 6. In fact, in verse 10, he says, "Whatever one is, he has been named already. For it is known that he is man, and he cannot contend with him who is mightier than he." It almost sounds like Solomon is saying, the future is kind of locked in, and there's nothing that you can do about it, almost giving us the impression that we're in a prison. But that's true in the sense that the future is locked in and we cannot contend with God, and God is going to do what he's going to do, and we can't change that. But there's more truth to this, and it's not like a prison. The truth of this is that God lets us cooperate with him. And if we will work with God and work according to God's will, then things are going to be much better for us than being with a mindset that we're simply in this uncontrollable prison that God has chained us in. And yet we still are distracted by life and by thinking about, well, what is going to happen in the future? What does God have in store for me? In the next couple of verses, Solomon writes, "Since there are many things that increase vanity, how is man the better?" And then he concludes the chapter by saying, "For who knows what is good for man in life, all the days of his vain life that he passes like a shadow? Who can tell a man what will happen after him under the sun?" And when we get to worrying about our future, we get to worrying about our life, we get to worrying about the next day, the next year, the next decade, we can become so consumed with that we forget there is someone that's in charge, and that someone who's in charge, we can have complete confidence in him, that he's going to do what is the very best for us. People try to predict the future all the time, but there's one who knows it. And when Solomon asks these questions, for who knows what is good for man, and who can tell a man what will happen after him, there's someone who knows. Put faith, hope, trust, and complete confidence in him.